and welcome to North Penn News, live from North Penn High School studios. I'm Jesse Alexander.
And I'm Sarah Connett. In our top story tonight, people helping other people. That's what it's all about at the Montgomery County Special Olympics. Students from North Penn High School joined together to host the annual Olympics in Crawford Stadium. Organized by the National Honor Society, students volunteered to serve as buddies, timers, and many other positions to make the day a success.
High school students a great opportunity to understand, what a great thing Special Olympics is, how widespread it is, and how this, as a small part, leads on to them possibly going to states or nationals or internationals.
Special Olympians participated in a variety of events, such as the softball throw, the long jump, many running events, and much more. This year's Special Olympics was also dedicated in loving memory to the classmates Bill Cherry and Brittany Cretion. Students participated proudly in honor of their friends.
A variety of great inventions were on display at Inglewood Elementary's Invention Day, including this remote control car. Students had the option of creating a new product, improving an existing one, or researching a great invention. Creativity and enthusiasm for their new ideas were abundant as students displayed and presented their research for fellow classmates. Invention Day also included workshops on some of the day's century's greatest discoveries and inventions. Thomas Edison and Ben Franklin would have been proud of these students. The prototypes for the invention were innovative and sometimes downright ingenious. North Penn Television will be highlighting Invention Day at Inglewood Elementary School in the May edition of On Location.
Recycling was the theme of Gwenmore Elementary School's annual Earth Day celebration. Throughout the day, children participated in many activities, including making paper from recycled newspaper and using plastic lids to design shrinky-dink keychains. Another hit with the students was the EPA's demonstration of starting a compost project in their classroom. The celebration is sponsored by the Gwenmore Home and School Association.
The second grade students of Walton Farm Elementary may have found their future career farming. As part of the integrated learning project, the students studied egg embryos and their growing process. A local 4-H organization donated eggs and an incubator to the classrooms for the students' projects for the 21st day incubation period. The children carefully cared for the eggs and participated for the chicks' arrival.
We decorated the boxes so that they look nice, and they're brooder boxes, and we made a house and a hospital, and we made a hospital so that we put the ones that aren't sick in here and the ones that are sick in here so that the healthy ones don't peck at the sick ones.
After a few days with their foster parents, the chicks will be returned to their permanent home on a nearby farm. The chick hatching lesson is in its 5th year at the school.
Animals of the rainforest were loose at the Hatfield Elementary School. During Rainforest Week, the classrooms and hallways were transformed into a tropical forest. Students researched all aspects of the rainforest, including the rich animal and insect populations. Students transformed themselves into apes, chimpanzees, tarantulas, cockatoos, and even a cobra. They then visited the other jungle-like classrooms. Rainforest Week included whole school assembly tours of the forest and student presentations of their research. The future scientists of Knapp Elementary School exhibited their inventions, experiments, and discoveries at their annual science fair. After the exhibit, students were able to see presentations given by the North Penn High School National Honor Society members. It also featured the Merck Star Lab, which is a mini planetarium set up in the cafeteria for students to observe. It was a very fun and educational night. And who knows, the next Einstein may be at Knapp Elementary student.
The North Penn High School freshmen took their first step towards the high school this past weekend.
I was there at Penndale Middle School for all the fun at the annual 9th grade semi-formal.
Here at the 9th grade semi-formal, and tonight the kids are experiencing the first of a long line of formal dances that they will be attending at North Penn. The kids seem to be having a great time, and the atmosphere is quite jovial.
The kids spent hours doing their hair, preparing their clothes, and getting themselves excited for their very first formal affair at North Penn. Students came in tuxes, suits, and gowns to dance the night away in Penndale Middle School's gym. The 9th grade semi-formal is an annual affair at North Penn and is a dance that welcomes the freshmen into their high school years with open arms. For some, however, the first time being with the entire freshman class is a little overwhelming. Kind of overwhelming with all the people here?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be a lot. I didn't know it was going to be this much, though. Can't wait to get inside, though. It should be fun.
Even so, the school was decorated in purple and white balloons, and the music was set to get the kids' feet moving.
I want to dance. We're dancing.
Everyone had a great time, and all are looking forward to the future years here at North Penn High School. India, Nigeria, Israel, Korea, Taiwan, and Hungary were just some of the cultures involved in this year's international festival. The festival featured exhibits of native arts, crafts, and histories of different cultures. Traditional African dancers were just a few of the many performers giving demonstrations on cultural performance arts. Visitors could tantalize their taste buds with a variety of ethnic foods representing many different countries. The festival, sponsored by numerous local businesses and organizations, is designed to bring a cultural awareness to our richly diverse community.
I sure wish I was a rich man. This week, the curtain goes up on the North Penn High School's drama department's production of Fiddler on the Roof.
North Penn News reporter Melissa Croak is standing by in the auditorium as the cast prepares for their opening night. Melissa?
That's right, Sarah. As you can see, all around me and behind me, there's excitement brewing about tonight's opening night performance of Fiddler on the Roof. Here with me are seniors Randy Moyer and Steph Bear. Thanks for joining us. You guys had a gold card performance yesterday. How'd that go?
It went pretty well. We had between 800 and 1,000 senior citizens that came in and watched us. I think they really enjoyed it. I think we had a great show. They loved it. We got to talk with all of them afterwards. And hopefully they've gone out and talked to all of their friends so that they come and buy tickets tonight.
Are you guys excited or nervous about tonight?
I'm really excited. I think everyone else in the cast, we've just been working for so long, so hard for this. It's really going to be great.
How long have you guys been practicing for this?
We've been practicing about 3 months.
3 months. With this performance being one of your last, Saturday night being the final performance, and you guys being seniors, how do you feel about that?
It's going to be a little upsetting. I'm really enjoying being in the show. It's just trying to make every moment worth it. I know I'm going to be pretty upset Saturday night.
Yeah, it's tough thinking about how it's going to be your last time up here performing, but not really looking towards that right now. We're focusing on tonight. But once Saturday rolls around, I think it'll probably hit all of us, all of the seniors here, and it'll be a little disappointing, but we're going to have a great time.
All right, well, good luck tonight and the rest of the weekends. Thank you. Again, backstage here at Fiddler, where they're about to start in about an hour. If you haven't bought your tickets yet, you can still purchase them for tomorrow night and Saturday night, either at the door or by calling North Penn High School at 368-9800. Tickets are $7 for the orchestra and $6 for under the balcony and balcony seatings. And you better get your tickets because it's going to be a great show. This is Melissa Croak sending it back up to the studio with Sarah and Jesse. Guys?
Thanks, Melissa. After the break, we'll have a confirmed list for the end-of-the-year dates, including graduation.
And also, Kyle Berger will be here with a preview of this week's SportsKnight. Stay tuned.
On the big highway of life, there's only one safe place for kids. Backseat, baby. The front seat's not the place to drop out. Don't want that big old bag to pop out. Backseat, baby. Put that booties in the backseat. Backseat, baby. Have that kids you never meet. I'm here to remind you to put them behind you. Backseat, baby. Wow, look at here. Backseat, baby. To stay alive even when I drive.
Welcome back to North Penn News. We really missed you. The North Penn High School Concert Choir had a special treat during one of their rehearsals. The vocal ensemble from the San Diego School of the Creative and Performing Arts visited for an exchange concert. The ensemble is currently touring the Philadelphia and New York area with director Gail McKinney. The North Penn High School Jazz Ambassadors, Chamber Singers, and Concert Choir also sang for the guest ensemble. The purpose of the exchange concert was to show each other the importance of singing in their lives.
On Wednesday, June 2nd, high school students who purchased yearbooks can pick them up in the auditorium during homeroom. Extra copies will be available on Thursday, June 3rd in the auditorium at 7:15 a.m. The cost is $50, cash only. No checks will be accepted. These extra yearbooks are on a first-come, first-served basis.
The senior prom is fast approaching, and we would like to remind all of you that are going that all outstanding obligations must be cleared by May 3rd. Obligations includes detentions, parking tickets, books, and monies due, junior physicals, athletic equipment, etc. Please check with your home office if you have any questions. And remember, there is only one Saturday school remaining before the senior prom.
Several very important dates have recently been finalized for the end of the year. Senior Awards Night will be on Tuesday, June 1st, while Class Night will be held on Tuesday, June 8th. Reflections will take place on Thursday, June 10th, and commencement will be held on Friday, June 11th. For grades 10 through 12, final exams will be given June 8th through 10th, while the finals for grades 7 through 9 will take place June 9th through the 11th. The last day for kindergarten through 11th grade will be Monday, June 14th, which is also an early dismissal day.
A reminder to all male students, you are required to register for the selective service within 30 days of your 18th birthday. This may be done at your local post office or over the internet at www.sss.gov. Once again, that is www.sss.gov. Failure to register may result in a hefty fine.
The North Monco Technical Career Center is offering science teachers 4 3-day biotech workshops this summer. There's a maximum of 8 teachers allowed per workshop with a fee of $250 per person per workshop. Topics to be covered include DNA techniques and UV-VIS spectrophotometry. Call the North Monco Adult Education Department at 215-855-3931, extension 143 or 149.
The North Penn School Board will be holding their monthly work session on Tuesday, May 11th, and their monthly action agenda on Thursday, May 20th. Both meetings are held at 7:30 p.m. in the Educational Service Center. In addition, there will also be a Finance Committee meeting on Tuesday, May 14th, and Wednesday, May 5th. Both meetings will be at 6 p.m. in the ESC. The purpose of these meetings will be to discuss the preliminary budget for the 1999-2000 school year.
And a reminder of some North Penn television highlights on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. You can catch North Penn's Finest, which showcases the outstanding students and staff of North Penn School District. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m., On Location takes an in-depth look at the happenings in our schools and classrooms.
After a week in rain, the North Penn School sports schedule is starting to pick up.
And in just a few minutes, we will be back with Kyle Berger and SportsKnight, where he will be interviewing Joe Alcaro and Dave Martin, 2 members of the North Penn High School baseball team.
Well, that's it for this edition of North Penn News. For the entire North Penn News crew, I'm Jesse Alexander.
And I'm Sarah Connick. Tonight we leave you with Sunrise Sunset from North Penn High School's production of Fiddler on the Roof. SportsKnight with Kyle Berger is up next. Stay tuned.
What are you going to take?
Algebra.
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 If no one's explained how algebra, geometry, and calculus can improve your future, demand that you be told. Call NACME. We'll tell you.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Sports Night live from North Penn Television Studios. I'm Kyle Berger. It was a huge week in North Penn sports, and we're covering all the bases today, including an interview with Joe Alcaro and Dave Martin of the North Penn baseball team. But first, let's get to the results. Norristown may have had President Clinton earlier this year, but the whole Secret Service couldn't stop the North Penn lacrosse team on Tuesday. 5 goals by Shannon Hungate led the Maidens to a 19-3 assassination of the Eagles. The Maidens were up 10-0 at halftime and did not look back. Laura Sampson netted 3 goals of her own, and Shirley Sarker and Megan Clark split time between the pipes for the victory. In boys lacrosse, the Perkiomen School was no match for the North Penn Laxers as the Knights rolled to an 11-zip victory. Ed Svetnoff led the Knights with 4 goals, and Josh Long and Rob Stewart combined for the shutout in the net. The Knights are 6-3 overall and will travel to the Academy of the New Church on Friday. In softball, Wednesday's game between North Penn and Abington was delayed for 45 minutes because of a bomb scare at Abington High School. And once the game got underway, the Maidens hit 3 bombs of their own, plating 3 runs in the second inning, and that was the only scoring in the game. The Maidens then ventured to CB East to play a softball game on Tuesday, but they wound up in a marathon instead. In the end, the Patriots beat the Maidens in 12 innings, 5-4. The Maidens had a chance to win in the 8th, but gave up a 2-run lead in the bottom half of the inning. 2 costly errors by the Maidens led to the final run being scored in the home half of the 12th inning. The Maidens will travel to William Tennant on Friday. And now on to the bigger ball field, where the North Penn Knights are in the middle of a 5-game winning streak. The Knights' baseball schedule has been killer, to say the least, this week. They're in the middle of a 4-day stretch where they are playing 4 cross-divisional games. Both games this week so far have been 1-run games. Tuesday saw Andrew Clemens pull his best Kirk Gibson imitation as he came off the bench in the bottom of the 7th to win the game with a 2-run pinch hit single. Steve Wojcik, Dave Martin, and Mark Reichley all had multiple hits in that game, including a 2-run dinger for Wojcik. Wednesday, it was Abington errors that helped North Penn to victory. The Knights put 4 unearned runs on the board in the top of the first and led 6-2 after the first inning. They hung on for the 6-5 victory, with Brad McAdoo getting the win on the mound. Once again, both Martin and Wojcik had multiple hit efforts. The Knights finish up their busy week at CB West Thursday and at home against William Tennant on Friday. The Knights volleyball team slumped into this week after spoiling their latest state ranking. The Pennsylvania Volleyball Coaches Poll had the Knights ranked at number 8 in the state, but 2 league losses dropped the Knights out of the poll. North Penn rebounded, however, as they stomped Abington 15-1 and 15-8 on Tuesday night. Christian McMunn led the Knights with 4 kills, 3 aces, 2 digs, and a partridge in a pear tree. The Knights are 9-2 overall and will host Cheltenham Friday night after having a showdown with Council Rock tonight. Instead of keeping up with the Joneses, area track teams are now trying to keep up with the Maidens and the Knights. Both North Penn track teams are still undefeated in dual meets and show no signs of slowing down. Tuesday was no exception as the Knights and Maidens both scalped the Redskins in their track meets. The Knights won by a score of 130-20, taking 13 of 14 events. Aaron Thomas sprinted his way to wins in the 100 and 200, while Ben Mellish marked his return from major knee surgery with a win in the triple jump. In the girls' meet, the Maidens beat the visiting Redskins 102-48. Erica Parker led the way for North Penn with 3 wins in sprint events. Jessica Johnson had a personal best in the shot put with a throw of 35 feet 10 inches. And another personal best for the Maidens was that of Diane Schillo, who cracked the 12-minute mark in the 3200 for the first time this season. Up next for both the track teams is the Trojan Classic at Wissahickon this week. The North Penn tennis court was in session on Wednesday afternoon, and the verdict is in. Ben Ridge, you're not worthy. The Knights crushed the Rams 6-1. George Jew's win at second singles clinched an undefeated season for him, a perfect 12-0. Cliff Wynn won his match in straight sets without dropping a single game. The next step for the Knights is the Patriot Division Singles Championship at Council Rock High School this weekend. On the gridiron, the North Penn Knights football team was an indomitable force this year, making the playoffs for the first time. This June, you can find out just how good Coach Penn and the Knights are on the rolling fairways of Pinecrest Golf Course in Montgomeryville during the 3rd annual 12th Night Golf Outing. The outing will tee off on Monday, June 21st, and the cost is $90 for each golfer. The price includes golf, lunch, dinner, and door prizes. And for information on the outing, please call Bill Collinella at 368-3991. That's 368-3991. And finally, the 9th grade softball team at Penn Middle School has jumped onto the World Wide Web with their own team webpage. The site is filled with the team's roster, pictures, stats, and schedule. Be sure to log on to the Penfield softball page at teamdiscovery.com/Penfield. Once again, teamdiscovery.com/Penfield. That's your look at North Penn sports, but stick around because we'll be back to talk baseball with Joe Alcaro and Dave Martin. You're watching Sports Night on North Penn Television. Stick around, we'll be right back.
You don't have to like me.
You don't have to be my friend. You may not like what I have to say.
But hear me.
Hear me.
Hear me out. We're not all that different.
We can end prejudice if we talk to each other. Paul.
Tell us what you would do.
Together we can build one America.
Welcome back to Sports Night, everybody. Right now we're joined by two members of the North Penn baseball team, Joe Alcaro and Dave Martin. Thanks for joining us, guys.
No problem.
Joe, we'll start with you. This season's gone a little better than you guys have expected. First-year head coach, a lot of people didn't know what was going to happen, but season's gone pretty nicely for you so far.
Right. Coming into the season, we knew we had a lot of guys back from last year, and the only question mark was going to be our pitching. And right now we're 7-3 overall, and we're 5-2 in the league. And for us, that's really well because we come in from a tough division, and we went 3-2 in our division the first time through, and we go through again later in the season. But yeah, we've been doing really well.
Dave, as a senior, explain how you guys have a good group of seniors on your team. How has the leadership been for the team this year? Not so many young guys, a lot of seniors.
Leadership's been great. We have a bunch of seniors who want to set an example for the rest of the guys. They all want to come out, play hard, win games.
I was at the game on Tuesday, which beat CB East, thrilling victory there. Andrew Clemens has been out for the whole season, pretty much. And he seems like he's been a real motivator for you guys on the bench, just kind of urging you guys on using his mouth, but finally got a chance to get his bat to do some talking against CB East. Joe, 3rd of 4 games is today, 4 games in a row, that is. How has it been for you guys? It seems like, high school you're used to playing maybe 2 games a week, and all of a sudden you have 4 games in a row in 4 days. How has your team dealt with that?
Well, what happened with us was we had about a week and a half off with the rainouts and stuff. So Tuesday we were expected to come out real shaky and stuff, and as Coach said, we came out looking a lot sharper than we planned to. But then yesterday, it seemed like it kind of took a little bit of a toll on us. Like we only beat Abington 6-5, and I don't know, we probably should have handled them better. But West is a really good team. We're playing them today. And we have Tennant tomorrow, who has improved from last year. So we still got to finish out this week strong. It's very important games.
Dave, we had talked about the senior leadership, but now let's turn it to the younger guys. Steve Wojcik had a great game for you guys on Tuesday. A couple of the underclassmen as well, Sean Clark, John Corson. They've been playing well for you guys. How have they helped you?
The little guys have been great. Actually, the little guys are our power hitters. We have Steve Wojcik, Josh Wagner, John Corson, all hitting the ball well for us. And they're doing it just as the big guys do. They know them long.
Joe, hitting for your team has been a big strong point for you this year. Seems like no matter what the other team's throwing at you, you guys will be hitting it.
Well, what Coach McGreary tries to stress is that, first 2 strikes are for yourself. So you're going to see a lot of us getting our long balls out of our first or second swings up there. And then the next one is just to put it in play. And especially in high school baseball, the fielding's not as great and the fields aren't that great. So if you put the ball in play, anything can happen. And that's what we have been doing. So.
Dave, explain how Coach McCurry, as Joe mentioned, now in his first year with you guys, has brought a different attitude. With Coach Rittenhouse past couple years, it's been a little more passive, but it seems this year the play's a little more aggressive out there.
Yeah, Coach McCurry emphasizes winning a lot more than Coach Ritt has. He teaches us discipline, but he also lets us have fun while we're going out working hard. He lets us have our fun.
Yeah, it's just a really good time out there. And I think, his philosophy is more just make sure you get the job done, but as you're getting the job done, have a little fun with it, and that's what we are. And he jokes around just as much as the rest of us does. So.
And he's younger than Rittenhouse was. he can.
He's a little more in touch.
Yeah, it's fun when it's fun when he tells us stories about because he played in the minors, and he told us a couple stories that were just really cool, and we're just like, wow, this guy really played a lot of baseball. And so we respect him, I think, as a player as well as a coach.
Now, Joe, you've pitched a little bit for the team this year, some spot duty and relief. Pitching's been a pleasant surprise for you guys as well.
Yeah, we just try to throw strikes as a pitching staff. That's all we're trying to do. And there's not one hitter in high school baseball that can win a game for another team. Like there's good hitters in our league, no doubt, but there's not that one guy that can say hit like 4 home runs in a game if you're giving them all strikes. So the chances are if you throw strikes, you're going to get guys out, and that's what we've been doing. I think Adam Spangler's done a really good job starting, and so has Brad McAdoo. And Hoagie Ryan Hoagie, who's a sophomore, had a really good start against Pennsbury. He pitched the whole game. We won 4-1. So that was a little surprising, as it was a relief for us because we thought we were going to have to use a lot of relievers that game. But he's pitching today, I think, isn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Dave, how has the defense been for you guys this year? It looked a little shaky during the one inning there on Tuesday, kind of threw the ball around, but that hasn't been a big point for you guys this year. It seems like defense has held up pretty well.
I think our defense has been pretty stellar. We have Mark Rakeley at shortstop who's done a great job this season. Our second basemans haven't let anything get by them. Our outfield's been great. Clay catching.
Yeah, he's doing
a real good job.
He's done out a lot of guys.
But overall, I think we're real stellar.
Yeah.
How would you say Clay's done handling the pitching staff this year? With Clemens out of the lineup, he was kind of penciled in as the starter this year.
Right. Well, Clemens knows all of us that are seniors, and I think that's one thing that goes back to the leadership thing, the fact that we all played together in 9th grade and we've been playing for a while. You were on that team in 9th grade.
It was fun.
Yeah. And so Clay coming in didn't really know us that much, and so it's just, I don't know, he's really done a good job back there.
Jay said about how people were playing on the same team. Well, Dave, I've played against you in the summer on Legion, and you two are on opposite teams, Joe for Norquin and myself, and you play for Hatfield. Is there any politics going on the high school team, or do you put all rivalries aside for the school season and say, hey, we're on the same team, we got some games?
Pretty much for this school year, we put that all aside. We joke around saying who's going to win and who's going to lose in the summer, but we come together and we play for North Penn, and we want to win for North Penn.
Sometimes we fantasize about how if we had a North Penn Legion team, we'd be unstoppable because we see all the talent that's on our team. We're just like, we wish we could do what Upper Perk and Penn Ridge does and just like play through the summer together.
Yeah,
so.
Well, right now my money's on Norquin. Sorry, Dave. Joe, right now you guys are in the cross-divisional play, playing the other division with the West and the East and all those other teams. But how does that set you up now if you run the table to make a run at the division title once you get back next week playing the Council Rocks and the Pennsburys?
Well, yeah, like I said, through our division we were 3-2. So there's 3 teams out there that want to get us bad. And the other teams that we lost to, Rock and Ben Salem, we're trying to make up for losses that we probably shouldn't have lost to. But yeah, we got to run the table. And that's what we've stressed that every year I've been here. That's all they talk about is when they go to the other division. You just got to win out because the other division seems to be weaker than ours.
As our coach stresses, we had to make some teams pay for our early season losses, and that's what we plan on doing once we go back into our league.
Right.
What are the criteria for making the playoffs? Is it the division champions, or how does that set up?
Actually, this year they changed it from previous years. Now 32 teams make it. It's more like basketball, if you're familiar with that setup, where like you might see a team that's barely 500 still make the playoffs.
Is there a seeding committee then?
Yeah.
They just have a meeting for that?
On like the last Sunday of the season, they do the seeding for the playoffs and the all-league stuff all together in one big meeting. And yeah, so hopefully, we already have 5 league wins. I mean, I'm not trying to look ahead or anything like that, but this is one of our best years.
So you guys
chances.
You think you got your chance to make it?
Right.
All right, well, best of luck to you. That's all the time we have for this edition of Sports Night. I'd like to thank Dave Martin and Joe Alcaro for joining us today. Until next time, from the North Penn Television crew, I'm Kyle Berger, and I'll see you at the game.